Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. I am Kriti Agarwal, Vice Chair at CCET ATM Student Chapter. So, before we officially begin the event, Hack the October with Hacktoberfest, I would like to give you a brief intro about ACM Student Chapter. As you all know, it is a global community for advancements in computer science and technology. It organizes various events and activities and has around 200 student chapters across different nations, of which CCET ASEAN student is one of them. Over the years, CASC student chapter has been growing and involving more and more tech enthusiasts who share their experiences and knowledge in their domain with other budding technocrats. So currently we are working on various domains such as research, web development, coding, designing, and our overall goal is to envision building a community of like-minded people who love to code, collaborate, and have fun in a tech-savvy society. Keeping the same in mind, we also invite speakers to discuss and share their skills in the area of expertise with other individuals and technology associated people. We will also be sharing our email ID and our accounts with you at the end of the session. So now, without taking much time, let's start the event. For the event, I would like to invite Anuri Chabra and Devashish Gupta. They will be taking the event on Hacktoberfest. So this will be a hands-on event by them. Over to you, Anuri. Good luck and all the best.
Thank you so much, Kriti. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
So, in just a second, I'm presenting my screen.
Okay, sure.
So, is it visible?
Yes, the slides are visible.
So, a very warm welcome to all of you in today's session, Hack the October with Hacktoberfest. Today's speaker are Anuri Chabra, that is me, and Devashish Gupta. We're from second year CSC. So, the contents of today will be Hacktoberfest and open source contributions. So coming to open source contributions, we will be covering what are open source contribution, how do you contribute, and what are the benefits of open source contributions. And coming to Hacktoberfest, we'll be guiding you through everything from starting from what is Hacktoberfest and how to contribute it and what will be the benefits of it. We will also be having a hands-on session where we'll tell you how to create a pull request and the commands of Git and GitHub. So the first thing is what is open source? So the term open source refers to something people can modify and share because its design is publicly accessible and the source code is freely made available to all the modifications and redistribution, and it enables collaboration among people. So there are two types of softwares. एक होता है open source software and एक होता है proprietary software. So in open source we have the source code available to all. उसमें हम कोई भी changes कर सकते हैं. We could fix bugs, we could add on features or anything that we want. And then there are proprietary softwares in which we have to take licensing in order to use that software. So then coming to what are the benefits of contributing to open source. So the very first thing is that you will learn a lot, and then you will also get a chance to work on a live project, which is like the best thing. You'll learn how actually the code works and how it is done in companies when a lot of people are working together on the same project, the same code, and we have to fix bugs together. Then you'll learn the best practices of code, that because the code you're working on has been written by experienced developers, and you'll learn the clean code practice, that is how to write a code जो दूसरों को भी समझ आ जाए, not like कि like we say variable name should be like that कि किसी और को भी समझ आ जाए, and you learn how to write that clean code. And the best more important thing is that it adds on to your resume. So if you participate in a contest like GSOC or any other open source contest, so it will give you an edge over other people while in interviews, and it also adds to your communication skills, and also it enhances your team spirit because a lot of people are working together to fix the same bug. And one more thing, that open source community is a very helpful community. Anywhere you're stuck, you can go to them. A lot of people can work on a project together. Like, अगर मेरे को एक software बनाना है and I know the backend, I don't know the UI, so I can put that code on GitHub or any other platform so that multiple people जो जिसको जिस part पे काम करना है, they all can work together on the project, and at the end we can merge it all into a single branch. So now the question arises that how will you contribute to open source? So the very first thing that you need is to learn a skill. It could be anything. It could be web development, Android development, machine learning. If you are not into technical side, you can also contribute to designing or content writing and such things. And it is not necessary कि हम पहले उस चीज़ में expert होंगे, बिल्कुल अच्छे से उस चीज़ को skill को सीखेंगे, then only we'll start contributing. It is possible that we'll learn the skill side by side and we'll make the contribution side by side. It will enhance your skills even better because you'll be working on a live project on a very large scale. Then the next step is that you need to learn the commands of Git and GitHub, which is what we're going to cover in the session today. And then you need to find an organization which is working in the domain that you're interested in so that you can contribute to it and find a project that you want to work on. तो अब हमने सब कुछ कर लिया, हमने स्किल भी सीख ली, हमने गिट भी सीख लिया, हमें कम्युनिटी भी मिल गई जहाँ पे हमें काम करना है. सो नाउ द थिंग इज कि अब कंट्रीब्यूट करना कैसे है. फॉर दैट यू विल नीड टू फाइंड अ बग, और लाइक कोई ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर जो आप काम कर जिस पे आप काम कर रहे हो और आपको बग मिला, या फिर यू वेंट थ्रू द कोड और यू फाउंड अ प्रोजेक्ट ऑन ओपन सोर्स लाइक एनी प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक गिट और गिटहब एंड यू फाउंड अ बग. सो आप उसको ठीक कर सकते हो, एडिशनल फंक्शनैलिटी सजेस्ट कर सकते हो. एंड देर आर ऑल्सो थिंग्स कि अब मैं तो बिगिनर हूँ, मैं कैसे शुरू करूँगा, मेरे को तो इतना कुछ आता भी नहीं है. सो देन यू कैन लुक फॉर टैग्स जैसे कि बिगिनर फ्रेंडली, गुड, फर्स्ट इशू, जो कंपनीज खुद ही प्रोजेक्ट्स पे डाल देती हैं, सो दैट you know where to start from. And you can also subscribe to the mailing list so that you'll know कि क्या project में क्या changes कब हो रहे हैं, you are updated with the project. Now coming to famous open source projects which include Android, Linux, Wikipedia, VLC Media Player, and Mozilla Firefox. I'm pretty sure you have heard all the names and they are very famous. And as I mentioned कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो टेक्निकल रिपोजिटरी पे या टेक्निकल प्रोजेक्ट पे आप काम करो. इट कुड इवन इंक्लूड डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस लाइक आई हैव मेंशन्ड Wikipedia over here. Then is the main thing that what is Hacktoberfest? So Hacktoberfest is a month-long virtual festival event to celebrate open source contribution presented by DigitalOcean, Intel, and Dev community. And all you have to do is make 4 pull requests, at least 4 pull requests that are merged into the main repository. And it is a great opportunity for beginners to start their open source journey. Then coming to how to participate to open source, to Hacktoberfest. So first thing you need to do is you have to create an account on the website. So I hope you all have done that. You can write in the chat box, have you created an account? So if you have not done that, I'll provide you with the link. You can do it meanwhile. So I see a lot of yes, there are a few no. So here is the link, you can create it. Then coming to, just a second, yes, so all you have to do is make at least 4 pull requests and make sure that the projects you're contributing to are participating in Hacktoberfest, and we'll guide you through the process in the further session. So the next thing is कि benefits क्या है हमें Hacktoberfest में अगर हम contribute करेंगे. So it will add to your open source profile, which is very important, and you'll also get limited
Anureen,
edition.
to interrupt you, actually presentation has stopped. Can you represent?
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah, thank you.
So is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so I'll start again. So the benefits are that you will get a t-shirt, limited edition t-shirt, and also you'll get stickers. Instead, you can also opt for planting a tree instead of the t-shirt. नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट इज गिट. हमने ओपन सोर्स भी देख लिया, हमने हैक्टोबरफेस्ट भी देख लिया. अब ये सब काम कैसे करता है? सो गिट इज अ वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम. वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम क्या होता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोजेक्ट, आपने उसमें फीचर्स ऐड करना है, सब कुछ करना है, एंड यू मेड अ चेंज इन द प्रोजेक्ट. लेकिन उससे क्या हुआ, इट इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बग और जो पहले कोड चल रहा था उसमें भी एरर आने लगे. So you have to go back to the previous stage, the previous version. So that is where it comes into play. It will help you manage all the changes that are being made. It will track all the changes so that अगर multiple लोग भी काम कर रहे हैं, you'll know कि किसने कहाँ पे क्या change किया in the repo, and it is benefit there. So as I said, it will help collaborating in projects क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग साथ में काम कर रहे हैं. तो you can manage everything. You'll know कि कब किसने change किया, कैसे किया. And one thing that helps in collaboration is branching. So you all can make branches in from the main branch. वो सब हम will guide you through the session. Like for example, a lot of people have to work on the same project. लेकिन अगर मैं wait करूँगी कि वो वाला बंदा काम कर लेगा, then I'll start doing the thing, making changes, तो वो बहुत hectic हो जाएगा. So we make multiple branches which enables a lot of people to work on the same project. Next we have the platforms. So it could be GitHub Desktop, which is a UI version, a very strong and a useful app, and then we have GitLab. So let's get hacking. We have a hands-on session further, and Devashish will guide you through the Git commands.
Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Today in this hands-on session, we'll learn about how to use Git. You'll learn the fundamentals and the essential commands required to operate Git. By the end of the session, I'm sure you'll be having a good grasp about the basics of Git and what Git actually is. So as Anurit has already talked about what Git is, I'll directly open my Git and start with the hands-on session. I hope you all have installed the Git installed in the PCs. If you're not sure about if you have Git or not, you can simply go to CMD if you're on a Windows PC or and terminal if you're on a Mac OS or Linux and type git version. So here you can see that I have a git version 2.33.0 Windows.2 installed in PC. So I'll just directly go to the link git bash and open it. So this is what a git terminal looks like. So now let's begin with some basic commands about the git and we'll gradually go ahead. So the first command I'll show you is what is called pwd, which tells the current directory you are on. As you can see, I'm currently in the C drive users folder.
Sorry to interrupt. एक बार screen को zoom करके text बड़ा कर दो.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see now, currently I'm on the C drive users folder, HP folder. I can navigate through different folders and directories through the command cd, and I can write the name of the directory I want to go in. I can also list the name of files and folders which I have currently in the HP folder which currently I'm on. So I can show you the folders. Here you can see that these are some folders and files which I have in here. But I don't want to go in any of these files either. I want to go back in the C drive and go on any other path. So there's a command called cd period which heads back to the previous directory. So as you can see now, I have pwd. If I will do, I'm currently on the users path, and if I do the cd dot again, I'm on C drive now. So let's list the items here. I want to go in this folder. So I'll simply just do this. And this is the folder I want to work on. So I'll show you the folder, what it looks like currently. As you can see, there are some folders inside here, but I want to go create a new directory here. So to create a new directory in the Git, there's a command called mkdir, simply just meaning make directory, and the name of the directory. So I'll just write the name of the directory as git demo. And if I show you my folder now, there's a directory git demo here. So currently I am on the Hacktoberfest folder. I'll direct myself into the current git demo folder, and now I am on the where I am on the folder where I want to work in. So you can have numerous files, hundreds of files, thousands of files, with any number of files you uh, can have in a directory from earlier. But if we want to add, the files now to it using the Git terminal, we have to initialize the directory into a repository, Git repository, namely. So you'll have, I'll just write a command git init, which means git initialize, and I'll initialize this folder as git repository. So as you can see, I have initialized the git repository, and there would be a hidden folder named .git, and there will be some files about the repository, etc. inside this. So I have successfully initialized my directory into a Git repository. Now we can now we can start working on it anyhow we want to. So I'll just create a new file here. There's a command called touch which creates a new file. I have to write the name of the file here. So I'll just write demo.cpp. We have to mention the extension of the file actually. So I'll write demo.cpp here and press enter. And as you can see, I have a demo file created in my folder. So I'll just open VS Code for this folder and write some code in this file and show you how you can do job. So I'll just write a simple cout statement. Hey there, we will learn it today, and I'll just hit and save. So there's a new file, we created it, and we added some text in it. As I've already mentioned that I have initialized it as a Git repository. So whatever the changes I made in these files or folders, they will be reflected in the Git terminal. So if I show you the status of my repository by using a Git command called git status, you can see that there's an untracked file git demo.cpp in red color here. This simply means that I have a file created which I am not currently tracking. This actually what it is that if we want to commit a file in the directory, we have to first, there's a area called staging area where we have to put our files first in order to create them. It's just like some extra step of authentication before committing a file or a folder. So this to add these files to the staging area, there's a command git add and the name of the file which I want to add in the staging area, and I'll just hit enter. Now if I show you the status of my repository, you can see that there's a file in green color, new demo.cpp, under the section changes to be committed. This is actually the staging area I was talking about. And now as it is in the staging area, I'm ready to commit the file. So I'll just write a command and explain you what it actually means. Git commit -m and demo file edit. I'll explain you what it actually means. Git commit is the command for the commit we are making in order to commit a message. This is just nothing like if you are working in a group project with some collaborators, you want to make sure that they all know that what you have added and what you have committed to a folder directory. So it's just for that we write a message, short message, which explains what we are going to commit. So I'll just hit enter, and you can see that demo file has been added, and this is the confirmation message that it has been added. There's a command called git log, which tells us what commits altogether we have made by now up till now. So as you can see, I've just made a single commit now. Git file added, demo file added. Sorry. So yes, I've successfully committed my first commit in this repository. Now let's head back to the file and edit some text out here. So I'll change, remove this text, and I'll just add I successfully made a commit, and I'll just hit and save. So if I now see the status of the repository, you can see that there's a modified file demo.cpp under the changes not staged for commit. As you can see, this is the modified file, and it's not actually currently in the staging area, as I've already committed it, and it removes it from the staging area. Now, sometimes what happens is that I committed some files, I changed some files, and I just let's assume that I close my VS Code. So what will happen is if I come back some other day or some other time and see that I've changed modified the file, but I want to revert it back, or I want to see what changes I've made, and as I've forgotten it. So what we can do is write a command called git diff difference, which will simply show us the changes we have made to the modified file. And you can see this negative sign in red color signifies that this is the file which has been removed, omitted, or changed. So as you can see, this is the line that I had changed, and this plus sign with the green colored line suggests that this is the file which we have added. This is the line which we have added in our file now. So as it is not in the staged area, let's add it to the stage area with the command I've already told you. And if I see the status now, you can see that there's a modified demo.cpp in green color in under the section changes to be committed, that is the staging area. So now if I want to commit this file, I'll just commit it with the command git commit -m and a commit message. Let's suppose I'll just type demo file modified, and I'll just press enter. Now if I show you the git logs, you can see that there are two commits. First, I added the demo file. It shows the time and the date when I've added it, and then I modified the file, and currently I'm at this point in my file. So so far you've learned how to create a repository, navigate through the directories, create files in the repository, and how to add what is the staging area, and how to commit the files. First add it to the staging area and then commit it. If you have any doubts up till now, you can ask me. So I think there are no doubts. I'm good to go. I'll suggest you to go hands on hand with me and write the code along with me, so that if you have any doubts, face any errors, you can directly ask me. You can unmute your mouse mic, or type in the chat box your doubts. So I'll now what happens is that there's a thing called branch in the repositories. What it is, that let's assume that I'm working on a group project with some people along with me, colleagues along with me, and now you don't want them to. Now you, as an owner, you don't want to work. Let all the people work on the same file all together. So what we can do is we can create a branch for a separate person. We can create a branch and edit the text there. And what we can do is we can merge the branch with the main branch after the changes have been committed. I'll help show you with the diagram. I was working on the master branch. Now I can show you what branch I was working on by a command called git branch. You can see that there's only one branch, master branch, in the green color. The star signifies that I'm currently on this branch. So this is the master branch I was working on. But let's assume that I have made a team now, and I want to work on with them. So for a specific person, I'll create a branch, and that specific person will work on that branch, make some changes, commit the changes, and then when the final commits have been made, he can request me to merge these changes into the main branch, which is the master branch. Similarly, some other colleague or worker will do the same change, make the branch, commit the changes here, and merge them to them. So by this way, all the people can work separately and then add their changes to the main branch. So let's now learn how to create a branch, as don't have any branch by now. So there's a command git checkout -b, and now git checkout -b, and the name of the branch I want to create. So I'll just create the branch, for example, for sake of my name, and it is clearly visible that I switched to the new branch, dev branch. Now if I show you the git branch or command, here you can see that there are two branches now. First is the dev branch, which is in green color, and the green color and this asterisk sign signifies that I am currently on this branch. I'm currently working on this branch, and there's a master branch, which is another branch, but I am currently on this branch, so it is not in the green color. So now, as I'm on this branch, let's make some changes to our code now. So let's remove this and write, for example, I am currently working on the F branch, and I'll just hit save. Now, if I show you what my status of the repository is, status. Here you can see that on the branch, dev branch, there are some modified files, demo.cpp, and it is not currently in the staging area. It is not. This has no relation with the master branch, as it is. I am working on this branch. Master branch will remain unaffected. So I'll add this to the staging area. Sorry, git add demo.cpp. Now keep in mind the staging area is also different for every branch. So if I added this to the staging area, it will be added to the staging area of this dev branch, not to the master branch. Master branch I cannot change master branch, any files in the master branch by staying here. So that's a big relief if I want to change the folders anyhow. After some time, I can change them here without the master branch keeping unaffected. So if I show you the status now, you can see that the changes to be committed in the dev branch and has modified demo.cpp in the staging area. So now if I commit the files commit by using this command, I write changes done in the dev branch. Now if I show you the git logs, you can understand what branches are actually doing. As you can see, I was earlier on the master branch. I created a demo file. I modified the demo file, and here we are. Master branch is still on the demo file modified commit. And then I created a branch and did some changes in the dev branch. So here we are. That dev branch is one commit ahead, and here. So now if I want to take the master branch and do the changes which I have done in the dev branch in the master branch too. There are two ways to do that. First of all, I can do is just simply make the changes here too, what I have made in the dev branch. But what is the benefit of the branch then if I have to change the changes in the master branch altogether again? So we can what is the second option is we can merge these branches with the command git merge, and I want to change the now here's the error message already up to date. Why is this happening is because I was currently in the dev branch. I can show you which I was in the dev branch. and I merge the dev branch with it inside. So it is not possible to merge the branch with itself, right? So what we have to do is we have to first go to the master branch, git. If we want to navigate to the different branches, we can use the command git checkout and the name of branch we want to go in. So git checkout master, with this will help. What it will do is switch our branch to master branch. So if I show you the git branch, you can see that I am currently on the master branch. It is denoted in the green color with asterisk. So now if I now merge these files, dev branch, you can see that there's some processing done and the fast forward one file has been changed. Now if I show you the logs, git log, you can see that some dev files were added, modified, and then changes were done in the dev branch. But I merged the dev branch with the master branch, so now dev branch and master branch both are in the same commit, which is the changes to be done. Uh, so now what happens is sometimes by mistake we can commit some wrong file or code which can cause serious problems. So there's nothing to worry about. There's a command, with simple command, by which we can head back to the last commit we have done. So to in order to do that, I'll just let's change the as you can see that currently I'm a master branch and dev branch, both are on this path. I want that dev branch to be go one step downwards and to the demo file modified, which means that I want to revert this commit in the dev branch. So I'll head back to the dev branch first, git with the command git checkout dev branch, and now I will alter the last commit made. By how we can do that is git git reset minus minus hard and head with this side. And if I'll press enter, first of all I'll show you what the code is currently looking like. The first code is currently looking like, hey, there I'm working on the dev branch, which was this command, this commit. Now if I change the revert back to this, the head file is now in this position. This is the address of the commit which we have made. And now if I show you the file, see the code has automatically been changed to the last commit, which I was successfully made a commit. Now if I show you the git logs of this, you can see that the dev branch is currently on this demo file modified instead of this commit. Changes to be done. Now if I head back to the master branch, check out master. Sorry. Just a second. Now if we take the branch, git branch, I'm on the dev branch, I'll check out to the master branch. Check out master. Now I have reverted to the master branch. Now if I show you the code now, you can see that the code has been changed to the I am currently working on the dev branch. So we reverted the dev branch, but the changes were not made in the master branch, and master branch remained unaffected. So when we came to the master branch, the code was remained unchanged. Now if we check the logs, you can see that the master branch is now on the final commit, which we last commit we made, and the dev branch is on the previous commit we made. So this is, I think, enough for you to create some repositories, contribute in the open source, and do some Git projects, group projects using Git. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. You can chat in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask me if you have any queries. I think there are no doubts. That's good. Now I'll show you. These are some list of swags which Hacktoberfest gives, and these are list of the domains, companies, or repositories which you can work on. I'll provide you the link. You can see here and contribute to these domains, companies. If you want to redeem these swags, they give a beautiful swag they give, or you want to make some impact on the open source. And also, when you contribute, if you have already registered to the Hacktoberfest, if you visit this link, you will notice that your profile will look like this with the as I have done some contributions. These are the contributions I made, four progresses I've made. If you make four progresses, if you make four successful pull requests, you will be eligible to get the rewards of these Oktoberfest. Mm, what happens is you create the commits, you request for the pull request, and the organizer or the maintainer of that particular repository accept your pull requests. So when that happens, you get something like this, that you have made this contribution and this matures in 14 days. It takes 14 days for you to for your contribution to get matured. And what happens in the meantime is that sometimes people spam these repositories with unnecessary codes and stuff. So to keep a check on that, it takes 14 days to um, 14 it takes 14 days to mature the pull request. So now I'll ask Anurit to continue with the session to tell you about what GitHub is, how to operate GitHub, and she'll help you contribute to your first pull request in this Hacktoberfest. Make sure to don't spam the repository, as that will be, and that then you will be ineligible for these swags which Hacktoberfest provides. So I'll now ask Anurit to continue with the lesson.
So now we know the basic commands of Git and we can start contributing to the Hacktoberfest. Let me present my screen. So is it visible?
Yes.
So as Devashi showed you, this would be your profile and you have to log in first with your GitHub account. So those who hadn't done it, have you done that in the meanwhile? You can write in the chat box. So I hope everybody has logged in. So first I'll guide you through the interface of GitHub. As you can see, this is how your profile would look like. These would be your repositories. This would be the stars, like if you saw a project that you want to contribute to in the coming future or anything, then you can start it for later. And since we are contributing here, so we can search for tags like Hacktoberfest. So here you can see it. These are the languages from where you can select. And as I said, कि first timers, easy to use, beginner friendly repositories होती हैं. And if you're a beginner, you can start working on such repositories. So we'll open one and I'll show you how it looks like. So here we have a README file, which is usually the documentation. इसमें it would be a brief about the project and the repository. These are the issues. अब issues are of two kinds. Issues या तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि हमने कोई सॉफ्टवेयर यूज़ किया या हमने किसी का रीडमी फाइल एंड कोड रीड किया एंड वी फाउंड अ बग, या हमें कोई सजेशन देना है उस कोड के लिए, देन वी कैन रेज एन इशू. Either we'll click on new issue and we'll type whatever it is and we explain it in the comment and then we can submit it. As you can see, now we are able to submit it. And अब हमने बग तो फाइंड कर लिया या हमने वो चीज़ देख ली जो हमें ऐड करना है एंड हमने ऐड भी कर दिया. सो हाउ विल वी tell the maintainer of the repository कि these are the changes that we have made और इसको please consider करो, and if you think these are correct then please merge it in the main branch of the repo. So that is done via pull requests. And even to participate in the Hacktoberfest, you have to make 4 successful pull requests. So we'll be working on a repository which is participating in Hacktoberfest, and I'm sharing with you the link. You can follow along, and if you are able to make a successful pull request, if you're able to open a pull request till 7 today, then we'll merge it, and make sure do not spam it or make irrelevant or copied. Uh, don't put irrelevant or copied code or anything. So this is the repository that we'll be working with. So I hope you have opened it. Please follow along and give updates as you go. So have you opened the repo? You can write in the chat box or unmute and speak. Yes. So we've seen a lot of eggs. So the first thing that we have to do is forking the repo. Here's the button. When you fork it, what happens is कि जो दूसरे account में एक repo पड़ी है, उसकी same copy we get in our account. So as you can see, यहाँ पे we can see Anureet Chhabra, the name of the repo forked from this area, this repo. So we have got the copy of our the repo on which we want to work in our account. So please do that and let me know when you're done. So I can see you're done. Now what we have to do is कि अब ये हमारे account में तो आ गया है. We have to bring this repo, we have to copy this repo in our local system. So to do that, we'll be using git bash. उसके लिए what we can do is कि first we have to select a place जहाँ पे हमें उसको copy करना है. हमें repo का अपना copy बनाना है in our local device. So you can write the command pwd to see what path you are on. If you want to go to the root path, you can type cd and a slash. I have to work further in this, so I'll make a directory here. You can just make any directory you want, जहाँ पे whatever location you want. So I am doing first PR. So as I list the contents, you can see कि यहाँ पे एक first PR नाम से बन जाएगा. Let me see. Here it is first PR. We have made a directory here. So now we have to go to that directory जहाँ पे भी हमने copy करना है. So we'll write cd and we'll write whatever is the name of that, and tab से you can autofill. Now we're going to list the content as it is blank. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं आएगा, and even in your local file you can see we have made this first PR folder. Now we have to make a file in this folder जहाँ पे हम copy करेंगे. So we'll use no, we have to copy it. So we'll use git clone and copy the code. Use shift function and insert. Just a second. I have to copy it. तो अब हमें इसे क्लोन करने के लिए we have made a folder जहाँ पे हमें क्लोन करना है. अब इसको हमें क्लोन करना है एक्चुअली में. So we'll use git clone function shift and insert and here. So here you can see we have the folder and the git repo that we have copied. So is it done? Yes. So after we have copied it, we have to make a file जहाँ पे हमें changes करना है. So first we'll go to that repo. Just press tab to autofill. And अब हमने वो directory भी खोल लिया जहाँ पे हमें काम करना है. So now it depends on the type of contribution you are making. For here we are creating a new file. Otherwise, it may happen that you're working on the already created files. You're just making changes in it. But in this case, I am making a new file, so it would be touch. The name of the file may be demo dot. So here you can see. Just I think I didn't change the path, so you can change the path and then make demo.cpp. Inside the folder, make sure it is inside the folder. And now we'll be opening it. So you can just write any code here that you want. So I'm just writing a hello world program for now, but you can just make sure do not copy it. Just write the code or anything that you want, any content or any picture or anything, any graphic illustration that you have made. It shouldn't be copied, and just add it. And as you can see, these changes are uncommitted yet, so we'll do that again. So are you following along? You can write code. Yes, you can write code in any language. It is not necessary कि code ही लिखना है. If you're not from a tech background, you can even contribute via content or anything. So after we have done this, we have to check the status. And you have to add this thing to the git add and file name. So what it will do is कि ये staging area पे add कर देगा so that we can further commit the changes. Just let me change the path first. Okay. So now you can see git. You can use git add and write the file name. So are you guys able to follow along? If you have any doubt or anything, you can ask right now in the previous steps. So have you added it to the staging area? You have to answer somewhere in the chat box or unmute yourself. Okay, so we can wait, no problem. Just let me know if you have any doubt. Should we go to the next step now? Okay, so we have yes. If somebody is still doing them, then you can let me know. So we have added it to the staging area, but the change is not yet committed. So change commit करने के लिए we'll use git commit -m and we'll write the message whatever we want so that बाद में अगर हम log देखें या कुछ भी देखें, so we know कि क्या change कहाँ पे हुआ था. So whatever is the thing you are doing, so it's demo.cpp added. For example, I'm just writing it here. So we have committed a change now. And even to see, you can write git log and यहाँ पे दिखेगा. You can see here's the account and time and यहाँ पे जो भी हमने commit change किया था, the message that we did यहाँ पे आया है. इनके पुराने भी आएंगे. If you are stuck here, so you can press Q and you will again come to the command line. So now we have added also. So git commit करने के बाद we'll push it. अब I'll show you the difference also. As you can see, ये मेरी repo थी, the copy of the repo which I was working on. So here we do not have demo file right now. Now we'll go to git bash and use git push. So now that it is done, we'll just refresh it. And we can see कि demo file हमारे copy में आ चुकी है repo में to the account. And here is the message that we added. So that is how it comes into play. अब हमने message भी डाल दिया. So now the only thing left to do is create a pull request. We'll just go to contribution, open pull request. इसमें you have to click on create pull request, add whatever you have changed, the changes and everything. And only thing you have to do is create a pull request. अगर कोई conflict होगा, then it will show you the conflict. Otherwise, it will just uh, open the pull request. So I hope you have done it. So the thing is कि ये वाली repository is participating in Hacktoberfest. So if you make a pull request till 7, so we'll merge it if it is valid and not copied or anything, and it will count as a contribution in Hacktoberfest. So make sure you do that.
Anureet, can you please mention the date once again? Till what date?
Today 7 p.m.
Okay.
So is the steps clear? Just write in the chat box if it is clear or not. And we are also working, after this we are moving to the GitHub desktop, which is a little easier way to do the same thing. So should we move further? Just write in the chat box or unmute and speak. So a GitHub desktop क्या है? It is a rather easier way to manage everything, and you do not have to write command line code and everything. इसमें everything you can do via buttons and all. So here's the interface. यहाँ पे you can add the new repository clone. Like we had to write git clone पिछली बार. In GitHub desktop you can just use clone repository. So clone करने के भी there are two ways. You can either clone from the repositories that you have already forked, or you can just write the URL over here. So abhi maybe we are just using like awesome codes and we are changing the location maybe to desktop. Okay, we can. let I think we have already done this, so ये होगा नहीं. So now it will show you two options कि हमें इसको वापस contribute करना है और we're just making the changes in the local device. तो जो भी करना है we can choose. So here you can see कि make a pull request is copied, cloned to the local desktop. Either also we can open that folder. And here's our folder. Either we can make changes whatever we want. Like मैंने इधर हमारे पास कॉपी आ गई and we have cloned it. तो अब हम चेंजेस करना शुरू करेंगे. एज आई सेड कि कुछ भी वो इट कैन डिपेंड ऑन द टाइप ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट की फाइल न्यू क्रिएट करनी है या पुराने पे ही काम करना है. सो आफ्टर दिस यू कैन सी कि जैसे उधर गेट स्टेटस होता था विच एंड गेट डिफ होता है टू सी द डिफरेंसेस. हियर यू कैन जस्ट सी इट हियर कि क्या डिफरेंस है, क्या चेंज हो रहा है. एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ गेट कमिट वी जस्ट हैव टू राइट द मैसेज ओवर हियर and you can just choose commit to master. इसमें you do not have to write git commit and then message and everything. और git log की बजाय we just have a history button. इसमें हम कर सकते हैं. After this हमने क्या किया था, हमने उसको अपने अकाउंट पे पुश किया था. So instead of git push we just write push origin. तो अब ये हमारे अकाउंट पे भी रिफ्लेक्ट होगा चेंज. So here you can see. तो यहाँ पे चेंज होगा एंड आफ्टर दैट यू कैन जस्ट क्लिक ऑन कंट्रीब्यूट एंड ओपन पुल रिक्वेस्ट और जो भी चेंज होगा वी कैन डू इट. तो इज द स्टेप एवरीथिंग क्लियर और यू नीड टू रिपीट एनीथिंग? So do you have any doubt? So we're about almost at the end of the session. If you have any doubts, you can ask us. If you want us to repeat anything, then we can repeat it also. And make sure you contribute to Hacktoberfest. It's a great opportunity for beginners. And we'll review your pull requests also. The links were already shared. There are, if you want me to give you the link again, then I can share it. So here is the link of the repo. You can contribute to it. And there was one more. Here, This will give you all the projects that are participating in Hacktoberfest. You can check this out also.
Make sure whatever you submit as a pull request, it's your own creation and not some copied, as it will be considered as a spam and not be created, not be accepted as a contribution towards Oktoberfest.
And as it was already shown, here it will reflect the changes once they are they are in progress, and it will take 14 days to reflect it to complete it after it is in. Yes, okay, you can ask.
Yeah, Uday, you can unmute yourself and ask without question.
So now when we make different branches, so then separate memory is used or it is done in single memory.
If you create different branches in your PC on a same repo, it will just consume more memory as it has been occupied. All the branches will occupy separate memory spaces. Yes.
Okay, okay. So if a single line is changed, different in two branches, then it is kind of a drawback, I think.
But there's not you don't have to create different branches, and if you even create different branches, uh, these branches take a very little of memory, so it will not create any stress on your PC or that. You can
Okay,
be sure not it's not a problem.
okay.
So, are there any further doubts? Anything about open source or Hacktoberfest or anything else? So, I think we are at the end of the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope you learned something new from this. You can follow us at the social media handles for future updates.
Okay, so thank you, Anarit and Devashish, for such a beautiful session. I hope you all were able to follow along. So, if else someone has a doubt or they missed something, recording will be available on the YouTube channel. I have shared the links with you in the chat box. So, once again, thank you, Anurit and Devashish, and everyone else. I hope you all have a nice day.